Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are present about what area distribute system. We are from group 7. First, I will introduce the group member. First, my name is Mohamad SYARIFFUDIN bin SAHANI, AHMAD SYARIZAL bin Mohamad ZUBIR, Mohamad FIKRI bin ABDULLAH, Mohamad Faris bin Mohamad NAHAR, EIMAN HAAFIZH bin JAFRI. Okay, for the introduction, I will present the introduction. Since the beginning of the modern computer era, computers have grown in size and cost. High-speed computer network enable to connection of the thousands of machines. Because of these computers are typically geographically spaced, they are referred to as a distributed system. Distributed system allow resources and information to be shared over a computer network. Unfortunately, general purpose wide area distributed system that enable users to transparently share and manage arbitrary resources and are uncommon.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad SYARIZAL bin Mohamad ZUBIR and my number matrix is DE190127. Okay, first I will explain briefly about the area of distributed system. Okay, distributed system is most popular implementation online and in a cloud. Distributed system begins by completing a job such as producing movie. Besides that, web application or distributed programmers such as a video editor on a client computer break the job into a chunks. In this example, the algorithm provide one video frame to the dozen computer or nodes to render. The management application give the node a new frame once it finish. This procedure continues until the video is completed. Okay, next I will briefly explain about wide area distributed system. Okay, wide area distributed system is a system to support 1 billion people with 1,000 of items and necessitating global services. This is one of the challenge of wide area distributed system. Okay, globally scale distributed system can handle high network latency, congestion, overload server, limited resource capacity, inconsistent communication, and etc. To scale globally, we must allow splitting and replicating the object. Okay. Next is the middleware is lacks scaling support. TCOM, DCE, and Cobra lack replication tool. AFS and the web have to set policy for caching and replication. Application level consistency is required for global scalability. So, in summary, the flexible is needed. Okay. Next is now I will explain about the key characteristic about distributed system. Okay, first we have scalability, concurrency, fault tolerance, transparency, heterogeneity, and replication. Okay, for the scalability, distributed system must scale as workload developed by adding more process. For the concurrency, constantly operating distributed system component. Okay, without a global clock, the action are done out of order at a different speed processing unit or nodes to the network. Next is the fault tolerance. Okay, this is important because if one node fail, the others may keep computing without any interruption. And then the transparency. This distributed system is appears to an external programmer or end user as a single unit computer, allow them to deal with a single logical device instead of complete system architecture. And then next is heterogeneity. Okay, most distributed systems have asynchronous hardware, middleware, software, and operating system. This let the dispersed system add additional component. Okay, last but not least is replication. Okay, it share information and communication while ensuring consistency across the redundant software and hardware. Okay, now we move on to the benefit. So, what is the benefit of this system, distributed system? Okay, first of all, it has a great flexibility. Adding computing capacity as a service demand rises is easier. Most distributed system nowadays can add server on the fly. Next is the reliability. So a well-designed distributed system can withstand the failure of one or more nodes without affecting another system. In monolithic design, the application is down if the server is down. Okay. Next is the enhanced speed. Okay, heavy traffic slow the server, hurting everyone in the performance. Distribute database and the other system are scalable and easy to handle. And lastly is geo distribution. Distributed material transmission is natural for the internet consumer and vital for the global businesses.
Assalamualaikum and hi doctor. My name is Imam Hafiz bin JAFRI and my matric number is CE190149. Okay, I will explain about my part which is classify the approach and technique. So basically there are three techniques used for area distribute system, where external component of an architecture for white-able distributed system, where I basically divide by three type, where firstly is file system technique, the second one is naming, and three is scalability. Okay, so for file system technique, where I can talk about is basically is a traditional technique where we put memory is such a traditional database. It is stored on the file system of single machine, where example I can put such as speak directly to the machine. So based on the diagram here, what I can tell is we insert a record to a database one, and the database not 3, this one, be able to return the record. So from the web application to the database, and the web application to database 3, and database 3 to the web application to the data 1. Okay, so I will explain the second one is naming. So basically is a naming method is for a distributed system that share object that link a human readable path name to a list of contact address. So basically is, as we can see on this diagram figure, the A diagram is basically directly transfer from name readable object to the address. So this is directly to the address. So the B one is which the name, and in case the name readable object need to pass to the 3 address, so we need to do one by one. So go this way, and this way. So same goes thing to the name 2 and the name 3 need to do by one. So for the C, as we can see, we have object here between the name readable object to the address. Same goes to the figure D. So what this object do? So basically the object is to handle the name readable object. So no need anymore to directly inside the address, so the object already obtain all the information and will pass down to the located located address. Same goes to the figure D. So no need to do one by one. So the name readable object will direct go to the object. The object will handle the progress to put the location address or location located address. So basically the C and D is a better one from A and B because we don't need to do one by one. Okay, for the last type is scalability, which is one of the most essential requirement for any wide area system is scalability, which there are two scaling. First one is vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. So we can see here A is the vertical scaling. So the vertical scale is we can see here is can add more resource to the same server. So meanwhile the B horizontal scaling can add more server to scale. So I can conclude that based on this is horizontal scaling is more easy to scale dynamically, and the vertical scaling is limited to the capacity of single server. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum and good day to viewers. And I am Faris bin Mohamad NAHAR and presenting my group, and I am about to present about the distinguished contributions made by the various research projects described in the papers. And first of all, this is the first paper that we already discovered. The title is An Architecture for a Scalable Wide Area Distributed Systems, written by Philip Homburg, Martin Benstein, and Andrew S. Tenenbaum. And in this paper, they proposed a uniform communication model, which the model is capable of making the client be more generic than the fundamental communication primitives, which the client can be adaptable to any data. So there will be no errors or any additional adaptive element which need to be implemented on any system. And the second one is the replication transparency. This kind of method that they proposed is for avoiding any data loss when it comes to any transferring process or migrating any data from one platform to another platform. And so the next paper that we discovered of is flexible wide area storage for distributed systems with WIL-FS. And this is a paper written by researcher from New York University. And the most famous about this paper is they proposed and they researched about a backup replication, which which method that can be implied if any data that which already fragmented from transferring data from one to another, and this method can immediately identify every segment that already scattered to another platform, and it will set a backup temporarily when the transferring process turns error. And the last one is about of course about the wide area distribution systems, and the title is Research and Design of a Middleware for Supporting Wide Area Distributed Applications. And it was written by researcher from Kunming University of Science and Technology in China. And they proposed about a middleware, about a method called middleware, which capable of ensuring the resilience of applications across an unstable wide area widespread range, which the middleware is capable of being a dependable service to any operating system to meet the requirement of any updated operating systems. And the second one is the famous method is they really concerned about the security performance. And as we know that from time to time the security concept are really growing to a modern method. And and as we know the modern security we already invent the modern the method that we need to tighten up. And they really concerned about the middleware, and they stated that the middleware is capable of existing client or program in determining the dependability of service in a wide area network, and vice versa as a vital role in the wide area distributed system. So that's all for me. Thank you very much for watching.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad FIKRI and I will explain to you about our hypothesis about the potential future research direction for the wide area distributed system. Okay, as we can see, for the future research, we want to explore the HAMAS. What is HAMAS? HAMAS is a network event-based middleware architecture was explored in our research group for potential future direction. Okay, there are two parts for the HAMAS. One is event client and another one is event brokers. Event client are the lightweight component that may be easily built in any programming language, ensuring the architecture language neutrality. They communicate with the event brokers via XML message for wide area distributed system. Okay, for the event brokers are linked together in any topology. They send events from publishers to subscribers using a content-based routing algorithm. Okay, as we can see, the event streams are filtered based on subscriptions in a distributed system. It takes place as close to the event as feasible, reducing network capacity and enhancing scalability based on the source side filtering. Okay, the next hypothesis about potential future research direction will be, okay, the distributed system detection of composite events. It will be the network delay can be limited, or the identification of all event source is known to the composite event detector. For global site, both assumptions are false regarding to the experimenting with a heartbeat protocol that provides the event detector with a confidence interval regarding the likelihood of delayed event. Lastly, it could invalidate the detection of composite event pattern. Okay, that's all from me. Next, I will pass to our group member. Thank you.